What's up, everybody? You're watching Caliper's Garage. And on today's video, you're going to watch us rip into our 92 Chevy. Now, a little backstory on it. It was involved in a crash, and it's our daily driver. And so we had to get it back on the road in a very short period of time. We didn't have enough time to do what we wanted to do with it, so we had to rush everything. And the video quality is going to be a little rougher than what I would like to post. But, yeah, I hope you guys still enjoy it. And without further ado, let's get into that. Well, we've been working on it all day. I got the whole front end tore apart on it, as you can see back there. Basically, dipshit back there wrecked the truck the other day, which is why we're kind of doing all this. It got moved to the front line, so I was taking my time with the Mustang behind me. This is a 78 Cobra. If you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know, and we can make a video on that, get it all out. But basically, we're just going to go ahead and fix this car. We're planning on painting it anyway, because the paint work was pretty shoddy. Need new paint. We're actually going to two-tone it, we're thinking. We're probably going to two-tone it, do red two-tone down the middle, and then do white across the rest of it. We think that'd look pretty good. But basically, what we got going on right now is we have it sanded down. And we're going to start shooting putty here soon. We got it mostly sanded down, walk around. You guys get a little better view of it. Don't mind me getting hung up on the rust. But, yeah, we're sanding it down now. Like I said, just going to putty it. Then probably knock the rest out tomorrow. It's kind of got top priority. We're going to hope to have it done by Friday, which is 2 days from now. So that's when she's got to go back to work. So we're going to try to knock it all out by then. A lot to do in, what, 2 days?
I mean, technically 3 if you count
Technically
today.
3 if you count today. But she's got to have the truck back. But we just started sanding it down, kind of get a good base layer, nice and flat, so we can shoot the primer and the putty on and everything, get it all nice and flat. I mean, you can see all the rippling in it and stuff. It's pretty beat up, but
Whoever owned it before really beat the heck out of it.
yeah, like she said, whoever owned it before did not take care of it. The truck ran like garbage. We got it running really good, and we're gonna do some body work on it, and hopefully look really nice. Going for a driver quality paint job on it. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be a lot better than what it was. And from 10 feet away, you'd be like, damn, that's a nice ride right there. But yeah, you can see the front end's all tore apart. I already sourced the hood for it. Probably gonna be looking for a new fender, because I'll be honest, that was probably past my ability to repair, unless I want to cut it all apart, cut the back skin off of it and whatnot, and actually work it. And I do not have the time to be doing that right now. And that's not really my area of expertise. I could cut the rusty spots out, but like I said, we're on a really tight time crunch, and we just do not have the time for that. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess we'll do a little montage of putting putty on it. So, here's kind of a little tip for you guys when you're doing some body work here. If you're not really sure if this is totally flat, I mean, it might feel flat, but it might not be flat. What you can do is get yourself something with a straight edge, like this billy stick I have here. And you can kind of put it to the panel and see what's going on. As you can see, this billy stick rocks a little bit. You can see it's rocking right over here, which tells me this spot right here is actually a little high. And if you come over here where there's obviously a low spot right here, what you can do is take your billy stick over it if you're thinking you might have a little bit of a small spot, and you can shine a flashlight on the other side and look for light coming through, and that'll show you a low spot too. But you could also be misled, because it could actually be a high spot, causing it to look like a low spot around it, which is why you saw me checking back here. And you can see the billy stick wobbles right about here is where it's pivoting. So this is going to let me know that this needs a little more sanding to get it flat. So basically here, guys, I'm going to show you something. Basically, if you don't use enough hardener, you don't get it mixed up well, your putty will take forever to set, or in some cases it just won't set at all. right here, if you can kind of take your finger, here's also another thing you can use. If you're gumming up a lot of pads on an area, chances are you probably didn't use enough hardener, you didn't mix it up well. But if you can kind of take your finger and scrape it away, you know, what, 2 days after at this point, I guess, that's going to be a sign that you didn't use enough hardener, and this will never cure right. So one thing you can do, instead of gumming up 100 different sanding pads on it, you can take a scraper like I got here, and you can just kind of scrape it off just like that. As you can see, it'll just all come off just like that. That's because we did not use enough hardener. But if that does happen, don't panic, you know, just grab a scraper or something and just kind of peel it off, because it'll come off nicely just like that. It'll take you a little extra time, but you'll know for next time, hey, I need a little more hardener. I need to make sure I'm mixing it up a little better. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. We all do it. But I just thought I'd show you guys that in case you're gumming up pads or something. Chances are you didn't use enough hardener. So instead of, you know, going having to buy more, just take a metal scraper you got sitting around. Hell, if the old lady ain't looking, you can even borrow a butter knife from the kitchen and scrape it off. Whatever you got to do. That's good. Well, welcome back, guys. It's been a couple of weeks since you last saw this truck. We didn't get much footage of it because we just had to get it done. I didn't really have much time to record. I mean, there's a lot of work that went into this truck. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely a 10-foot paint job. But on a 3-day time frame, we just had to get it rolling, had to get it done. I mean, it looked good from 10 feet away, but other than that, whatever. I just pulled in to do an oil change today and do a little inspection and whatnot. And I noticed brake line needs replaced. It'll swollen. I'll get the tire off, get you guys shown in there. But, you know, only the finest shit for this work truck, you know. So we went Rock Auto, got an $8 brake line. Took like 3 days to get here, you know, whatever. We'll get it done. But, yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead, pop the tire off, let you guys get walk around the truck, take a little gander since it's been painted. You might notice it's two-tone. It still needs cut, buffed, and polished and everything. It's been a couple weeks since we painted it, so it's about ready for some sanding, wet sanding, you know, and then polish it up, make it shine. A bit of orange peel in it, but that's whatever, it'll sand out. There are about 3 layers, every color on here, so we'll do a little walk around here for y'all now. Here we're going to do a little quick walk around the truck, take a gander at it. 10 feet away, it looks pretty decent. I mean, you can kind of see areas that probably should have paid more attention to, meaning the door jams right in here. You can kind of see it's a little off, but, you know, if we bust this out with 3 days, nice and quick, you know, getting it drivable. Don't mind the hood just popped right now. I mean, you can still see some dents and whatnot in the bottom there, but overall, it don't look too bad from 10 feet away. I mean, your corners don't look bad either. I mean, that's literally just expanding foam and a light layer of putty over the top, which I would highly advise against using expanding foam, but we just had to get this done, had to get it done, you know, now. We didn't have real time to wait. We didn't hit the corners or anything either. That just got painted over what was already there. But you can see the work we did over here. It could be a little better. I ain't gonna lie. Could be better. But it doesn't look bad from 10 feet away. Now, 10 feet away, it looks like a respectable farm truck. We still got to peel out the old bed liner in here, put a new bed liner in here. We cut the muffler off. We're having issues with that. It was getting clogged up. We're thinking about putting cherry bombs in it and running the exhaust back out the back. So right now it's just, well, it's cut about halfway through there. But overall, the truck don't look bad. Well, supposed to let y'all get your peepers in here. You know, brake bleeder. Yeah, she comes pretty stripped out. That's always a plus. You know, Bluetooth upper control arms. That's fine. That's supposed to be like that. It's fine. Oh yeah. Upper control arm looks not good, but a little better. Could use some new shocks and whatnot. Pitman arm's pretty shot too. I noticed that while I was down here. Brake pads, I got about another 20,000 in there. We're golden. They're perfect. But yeah, here's a reason we pulled it. I don't know how well I can show up on camera, but we on the brake line here. I mean, if you can see that, she's ready to blow. I mean, you can just see it coming apart. So we're going to try to get this out of here without snapping anything off, hopefully. But I already know how this is going to go. I've played this game before. That bleeder ain't coming out without the acetylene torch. I'm just going to have to gas axe it probably on out of there and throw a new caliper in there. Hopefully not, but you know how it goes. And probably going to end up twisting off to the end of that brake line there. Don't mind that leaking. That's definitely not the brake line. Definitely not. But yeah, other than that, it's a perfect work rig. This what $800 gets you this day and age. Used to run like crap when I got it, but I got it running good. Running good enough. It's been dailied for the last year or so. It's been a good loyal rig, and it's time to give it a little more care that it needs. I still got to get front bumper on here and whatnot. But yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll go get my acetylene bottle filled up because it's empty. Don't mind the oil lighting on fire around it. That's perfect. Well, my gas axe is out of juice, so we're just using this propane bottle instead. Gonna get it nice and hot here. Don't mind the oil on fire behind it. That happens from time to time. It would be a good idea to keep fire extinguisher in your shop just in case fire gets out of hand. But I ain't really worried about it. It's just a small fire. But anyway, that's why I was saying that's the best method right there to get a brake bleeder loose. As you can see there, coming out no problem now. But that's why you take a 12 point and you beat a socket size 1 too small onto it right there, because usually it'll come out. But yeah, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get the brake line off there, and then we're gonna replace this whole rubber line up in here. I don't know if you can see, but up in here we're gonna replace this whole rubber line. Now be careful now, because everything's gonna be hot. You may want to let it cool down for a couple of minutes. But easy way to get these out if you're not reusing them. I've got a whole set of bleeders, so I should have something that'll fit. But one way to get it out is to take your socket off. Careful, because it's gonna be hot, because that brake bleeder's really hot. But one method you can use is throw it at the ground, or you can even put your socket in a vise and take a small Allen key or screwdriver or a punch if you have those, and you can just put it on in there and hit it with a hammer and drive it right on out. Now, I guess in a money sense wise, if you don't want to, you really don't have to replace the bleeder unless you break it. But they can become gummed up with rust and stuff. Like you can see this one. Here, get you a little closer. You can see there's a bunch of rust in there. And, you know, even if you were to get the other one out when you went to bleed it, you probably want to get nothing out of here. But what I like to do is, when they're bad like this and in rough shape, I like to save the next guy a headache. And I just go ahead and throw another one in there. As you can see, this one's a lot healthier than this one. And this saves the next guy. The next guy saves him a headache. Which, you know, let's be honest now. You'll be like, screw the next guy. Well, over the years, I've learned I'm usually the next guy. So I've started to do things a little bit different than what I used to do them. You know, with age comes a little bit more smarters, I guess. I don't know. A little bit more wise. But, I mean, you can get a universal set of these, like AutoZone, O'Reilly's, hell, even Rock Auto. You can get a universal set nice and cheap. I can't remember what the set cost because I bought it a long time ago. But they're not too expensive, and you just get a wide variety of them. So if you do brakes on the wife's car or whatever, put a caliper on there. It's always good to have a new bleeder. And let's be honest now, you might say, screw the next guy. Well, that next guy's probably going to end up being you. But yeah, without further ado, you just go ahead, whip that bad boy in the trash, or in my case, across the shop floor, and you go ahead and slap a new bleeder in there. So as you can see now, I've went ahead and I've got the brake line changed. Got a brand new brake line in here. I've already finished bleeding it. If you're wondering why my shop floor is, well, covered in brake fluid, I was seating it up right there so it snapped this brake line off, and well, it went a boom and shot fluid everywhere and caught on fire. Unfortunately, I missed that. It would have made some great content, but yeah, blew the end of the line off here and shot fluid everywhere and caught on fire. So that was interesting. That was my entertainment for today. But yeah, that's another reason why it's a good idea to have a fire extinguisher in your shop. In case something catches on fire, you can put it out real quick. Don't gotta worry about burning the truck down. Thankfully, I had water close by, and albeit not the right solution for that, for chemical fire, whatever you want to call it. It worked, it got the job done, and we didn't burn the truck down, so that's always a plus. Now, usually I advise against tightening stuff with an impact gun, but if you are going to go that route, like you just saw them do with them tires right there, go ahead and just start them by hand so you don't worry about stripping them out, and then run them down, and then always go back with the torque wrench and make sure they're torqued around spec, maybe a little over. The last thing you want to do is run them on with the impact, and your impact only get, say 50 foot-pounds on them. Impact's just feeling a little weak that day. Last thing you want is a wheel or something coming off your car. That make for a real shitty day. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, let me know down in the comments below. And I think the next video, we're going to probably finish up this Mustang. Maybe another project. I got quite a few sitting around and need a little work. And I'll see you guys on the next one.